Welcome back, True Seeker. Friday, August 24th, 2018. Less than 2 weeks before the NFL season opener. It'll be a Thursday night, September 6th. The opener is the Atlanta Falcons at the Philadelphia Eagles. And when I look at that matchup, it makes me think of the last two Super Bowls. The Falcons lost to the Patriots in Super Bowl 51 in Houston. The Eagles defeated the Patriots in Super Bowl 52 in Minnesota. And this year, the Atlanta Falcons host Super Bowl 53 in their 53rd NFL season. Kind of like how they made Super Bowl 51 in their 51st season. But with regards to this being the year of Super Bowl 53, it's fitting that September 6th, 2018 is a date with 53 numerology. 9 plus 6 plus 20 plus 18, 53. And with regards to the Falcons hosting Super Bowl 53, they're playing in Pennsylvania, home of the Steelers and the Eagles, where last year the Eagles made Tom Brady and Bill Belichick 5-3 in Super Bowls in their time as the tandem at the Patriots. And notice, in Gematria, Pennsylvania sums to 53. These are the 4 base ciphers you're looking at. Out of these 4 ciphers, the most important one's this dark blue one. 53. It's a big number with the NFL, and the reason why is right here. The shape of the football is the most important shape from sacred geometry, and that shape is known as the Vesica Piscis, which equals 53. This is why you have a 53-man roster in the NFL and a 53 and 1/3 yard wide field. 53. Last year when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it was on the what would have been the birthday. It would have been the 53rd birthday of the Eagle who died many years ago, Mr. Brown. I believe his first name's Jerome Brown. He died at age 27. He would have turned 53 years old the day the Eagles won the Super Bowl, making Tom Brady and co. 5-3 in Super Bowls. Also, you should know that Patriots has Gematria 53 as well. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick fell in 5-3 in Super Bowls together while on the Patriots. The Patriots are now 5-5 all time in Super Bowls. Kind of like 55, they fell to 5-5 in Minneapolis. We talked about how the death of Darren Dalton, the Philadelphia Philly, who wrote the book about numerology and sports titled If They Only Knew, how Darren Dalton's death, Philadelphia baseball player, was synced up with the Super Bowl. He's passing at age 55. All things we talked about last year. But anyhow, we're on to this season of Super Bowl 53. Begins on a date with 53 numerology. Falcons in Pennsylvania for their 53rd season. 2 teams that remind you of the last 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots. And here's what else jumps out. The reflection of 53 is 35. This is going to be the 35th all-time game between the Eagles and Falcons, counting the regular season and playoffs. Going to be the 35th all-time game. If you go back and you look at the first Super Bowl ever won by the Packers over the Chiefs, the Packers won with 35 points. And there's these other 2 ciphers that are based on the alphabetic order with a little bit different sequencing. And you'll notice that in Chaldean, football sums to 35. And if you write out Super Bowl, also Gematria 35. These ciphers are interrelated, this septenary and Chaldean cipher. So think about it. The first Super Bowl won with 35 points. And in case you're new here, I used to not know about these ciphers. And I used to wonder if there was something greater to the number 35, because it's so important to Tom Brady's career, who's the face of the league. I used to also not know these 2 ciphers over here, the reverse ciphers. If you watched me years ago, we just stuck to these green and blue ciphers right here. This is pretty much all we used for sports decoding, and we were very successful knowing these 2 ciphers. But by learning these extra ones, we're able to add depth to the study. And what's interesting is when you flip the alphabetic order around, making Z1 and counting up to A is 26. QB is 35. And I used to call that the Tom Brady number because, again, it's so relevant to his career. Tom Brady has Gematria of 35, and his birth numerology, which is August 3rd, 1977, 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 7 equals 35. Number that comes up all the time with Tom Brady. And lo and behold, from his birthday to the season opener will be his 35th day of being 41 years old. And in case you're new here, we've been talking about this for a while, how Tom Brady's going to be 41 this season, the Super Bowl number. Like how the Eagles won the Super Bowl with 41 points last year. 41 the 13th prime. It was the rematch of the Super Bowl from 13 years earlier, Patriots and Eagles. And it was all about the flag, which has 13 stripes, and the nation that began with 13 colonies. In case you missed last year, I said why after September 23rd, the Super Bowl would be the Patriots and Eagles. And what I was mostly wrong about is why the Patriots would win, but I did say before the Super Bowl was played that the Eagles had a narrative, and if they did win, it would be Zach Ertz to score the winning touchdown, which is exactly what happened. So I did favor the Patriots, but I saw the narrative for the Eagles, and in hindsight, I should have done a little more homework because, like we talked about earlier this year, makes perfect sense now why the Patriots lost to Philadelphia. If you look up Tom Brady's career stats right now, he has 223 wins and 65 career losses. In the base cipher, Philadelphia, 2-2-3-65. Tom Brady, 2-2-3 wins, 65 losses after losing in the Super Bowl. In case you missed last year, the reason we knew it was going to be an Eagles and Patriots Super Bowl is because Donald Trump took on the NFL over the protests on September 23rd, 23/9, like 239, like how the flag was sewn in Philadelphia at 239 Arch Street, and 239's the 52nd prime. It was all a riddle for Super Bowl 52. So the city where the flag's from won it over the team with the flag on the side of their helmet, the Patriots. And just in case you're new here, New England Patriots, Gematria of 98. Last year was the 98th NFL season. Patriots, 98. Tom Brady, 98. Base ciphers. Nobody had more connections to 98 than the New England Patriots. And also, heading into the 99th season, check this out. New England, 99. 99th NFL season coming up. Patriot, the singular's 99. And coming into this season, the Patriots franchise now has 523 all-time wins, which is the 99th prime number. How perfect is that? Those were the things I should have caught before the Super Bowl was played. Those were the things we caught as soon as it was over. And that's what they say about hindsight, 2020. But the thing is, this knowledge of Gematria, it gives you a lot of foresight. 2 years ago, I said in the preseason why I liked the Falcons and the Packers as my two teams in the NFC. And what I was talking about 2 years ago was how the Super Bowl was on a date with 44 numerology. And there's two states in the reduction cipher that sum to 44. Wisconsin 44, Georgia 44. And you'll remember the NFC Championship ended up being Packers and Falcons, and the Falcons won with 44 points. Not coincidentally, Also, that Super Bowl was in Houston, Gematria 112, like Matt Ryan, 112. Also like Super Bowl, when you flip it around, 112. And that year where the Falcons lost to the Patriots began their season on the 112th meridian in Phoenix, not coincidentally. Either was the 25-point comeback where I guaranteed the Patriots would beat the Falcons on 2/5, February 5th, and Tom Brady would become 5-2, like how that date can also be expressed 5/2, as he did. He became 5-2 in Super Bowls after beating the Falcons with the 25-point comeback. And you'll recall that NFL season began on September 11th, which is Dan Quinn's birthday, the head coach of the Falcons. A date written 11/9, Falcons 119. This is how you learn to see through the script. These seasons are scripted with perfection. case you're new here and you haven't watched the other videos I put out, I did mention that I said Zach Ertz would catch the winning touchdown if the Eagles were to win. The reason I knew that is because he wears the number 86. The Super Bowl was 86 days after his birthday. If the Eagles beat the Patriots, they would become 8-6 against them all time, as they did. And the national anthem was adopted 86 years before last season. It's all riddles. Always. So, with regards to this being the 99th NFL season, we're going to advance to how Matt Ryan comes into this game with 99 career wins. But first, look at this. The Falcons have 351 wins in the regular season. 3-5-1. 351 is the 26th triangular number, meaning if you add 1 through 26 together, it sums to 351. And the date of this game is a date with 26 numerology. 26. By the way, the word game equals 26. Another word that starts with G is God. God sums to 26. And this is the reason there's 26 letters in the English alphabet. This code of letters and numbers comes from Kabbalah, which has the core belief that God created the world by merging the letter with the number with the sound. And English is a 26-letter alphabet. Letter 26. Sound 26. God created the world by merging the letter with the number with the sound. And if you haven't read my book, Letters and Numbers, the first chapter is why there are 26 letters in the English alphabet, and there's a whole lot more to that riddle that you would find very fascinating if you read it. So anyway, very interesting that they come in with 351 wins the way the date lines up. With regards to the Philadelphia Eagles, they could pick up their 569th career win at home. That's the 104th prime number. And with all of these riddles being, in recent times, being in connection to the flag and the national anthem and patriotism, like the Patriots after 9/11 and the Patriot Act, what's funny about 569 being the 104th prime is the date of establishment for this country, 7/4/1776, date with 104 numerology. And I should mention, in light of this being the 99th season of the NFL, if you write out the United States of America, 99, again, this dark blue one really is the most important. They're all important, but that dark blue one's the take-home one. And then just with the alphabetic order, if you write out 13, it sums to 99. Again, Philadelphia, home of the flag, the 13 stripes. Last year, avenging their loss against the Patriots 13 years later. So, here's the all-time record. Against the Eagles, the Falcons are 16-13-1 in the regular season and 3-1 in the playoffs. The history of the matchups are here. If you missed my work last year, I said why in the first round of the playoffs, why I expected the Falcons to upset the Rams in Los Angeles and then lose in Philadelphia to the Eagles. And this was the reason right here. Atlanta Falcons are the only team in the league with Gematria of 239. And again, the flag was sewn in Philadelphia at 239 Arch Street. 239 is the 52nd prime number. Again, last year was the season of Super Bowl 52. And that's exactly what happened. The Falcons upset the Rams, then they went to Philadelphia and lost to the Eagles. All riddles. And you can learn to get ahead of the games by understanding the code. Been doing this for years, you know. And in the short amount of time I've been doing this, nobody in the history of the world has called more about sports before it happened than I have. I've called championships months in advance, what teams will be in there, what the scores will be, who will be the MVPs, even what the halftime shows will be. You know, that's why USA Today wrote the article about me in January 2016, because I called everything about Super Bowl 50 months before it happened. What teams it would be, who would win, likely what the score was going to be, who would be the MVP, and why there would be a Black Panther tribute. All of those things happened. Von Miller, the MVP. Broncos won with 24 points. It was all ritual. It always is. And the more we learn, the more clearly we see. And I'm also noticing something I didn't talk about last year at the time but Atlanta Falcons also has that Gematria of 86 as well. Should have been thinking about that more because the national anthem was adopted 86 years earlier. Also last year, another reminder, go back and measure from the NFC Championship game between the Packers and Falcons to the date the Packers and Falcons played each other last year. You'll see the game came 239 days later. You know, riddles throughout the season. 239, the 52nd prime year of Super Bowl 52. The riddles are always tight, and there'll be tons of riddles this year. When you're aware of this code, you're going to catch so many things. And understand, I'm only one set of eyes, so I rely on the other people who learn from me and who create their own blogs and their own videos and who share comments. I rely on them to help me see the greater picture too. Become a part of the team. That's what this is here. It's supposed to be teamwork. All the trolls and naysayers, these are people you don't want to associate with. These are dumb people. Anybody who's dissing this work or saying this work's not credible is nothing short of either a fool or a straight up shill, because it's undeniable at this point that this is how everything's done in the NFL. And to build on that point, let's talk about 33-year-old Matt Ryan, who's coming into this game. Notice the date of the game. It has numerology of 53, as we talked about, numerology of 26. It's also a date with numerology of 33. 9 plus 6 plus 18, 33. And hold on, let me come down here to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's 33 years old. Atlanta on the 33rd parallel. The abbreviation for Atlanta, ATL, with the alphabetic order. That's 1 plus 20 plus 12, 33. Matt Ryan comes into this game with 168 games played, 99 wins, 69 losses. And that means this will be his 169th career game, which has a square root of a 13. The square root of 169 is 13. Again, when you write out 13, it sums to 99. He has 99 wins coming into the 99th season. How perfect. That's like how Adrian Peterson just joined the Redskins, 99, with 99 career touchdowns. But not only does Matt Ryan come into the game with 99 wins, not only that, by the way, 95 of those wins are in the regular season. He could potentially pick up his 96th regular season win on 9/6, September 6th. It's possible. But not only does he come in with 99 wins, but from his birthday, which is May 17th, the 137th day of the year, which is the 33rd prime number. By the way, NFL equals 137 in Satanic Gematria. But from that day to the game that he plays in is 112 days later. And we just talked about this. Matt Ryan, 112. Super Bowl, 112. This game has an obvious Super Bowl riddle within it. The last two teams the Patriots played on a date with 53 numerology were the upcoming Super Bowl 53 hosted by the Falcons. Again, Matt Ryan played in Houston, his last Super Bowl he was in, his only Super Bowl he was in. There's only one other QB in the league that has 112 name Gematria, and that's Andrew Luck, who played his high school ball in Houston because his father, Oliver Luck, used to play for the Oilers. Mathematics also has that Gematria of 112. And just think about it. 1 plus 1 is 2. Mathematics. Gematria means geometry in language. But no doubt this game very well lined up with Matt Ryan. And I'm going to end up doing another video before the game's played because I don't know who's starting for the Eagles. They're saying it could be Carson Wentz or Nick Foles. And yesterday they came out with the report that Carson Wentz is looking good, but still not confirmed. So we'll wait and see who they put in there. We will wait and see. But, you know, these are the main things to take away for this video. Why they got Matt Ryan going on day one of the 99th season of the NFL, coming in with 99 wins, 112 days after his birthday. Oh yeah, another thing I can point out. The last time the Eagles and Falcons played from the upcoming opening season game is 33 weeks and 6 days. And notice Philadelphia Eagles, 336, the team hosting. I find that interesting. I'll link this post down below. There's a few other things, but just so I don't overwhelm, and because this video is already longer than I wanted to be, I'll cut it off here. When we find out who the starter is for the Falcons, or not for the Falcons, excuse me, for the Eagles, we'll do another video. For the record, Carson Wentz also has Gematria of 139 like Atlanta Falcons. Be fitting for his first game back to face the Falcons by the numbers. Very possible that happens. But we'll wait and see. So I'll be doing videos all season for the primetime games. If you guys want to learn more about this and learn how to become pros with the code, in the description of every video, I got my book linked, Letters and Numbers. Teaches you the relevance of the code, how to use the code, the different ciphers, how they matter, how they've been used historically. There's a long chapter on the history of rigged sports by the numbers. Any sports fan will love that chapter. Or maybe not. Might ruin sports for them too, but hey, it's always better to be in the know. And just realize once you learn the code, you can continue. You can become the next author of the next Gematria book. Once you learn this code, it's so easy to apply. And it's so easy to see through sports rigging. So. Tom Brady in New England, just to make one more point on them. Okay, New England 99, Patriot 99. Patriots in that dark blue cipher. Gematria of 37. You know, Tom Brady's first preseason game he played in, they won with 37 points. From his birthday to their first game on 9/9 is 37 days later. Not a coincidence. Until next time.